Yo, yo, yo. It's Mike Castle here. I am obviously a fairly well known esports guru. I write about League of Legends, Dota 2, and other esports, but I'm here to talk to you today about whiskey um, and how whiskey and esports can go hand in hand. Obviously, everyone knows how we've recently had Bud Light, the official beer of esports, and we all respect Bud Light and their efforts to enhance the esports industry in only the way a beer brand can, and that is to obviously expand it by improving esports performance through drinking. And I'm here to tell you that whiskey can do the same. I am a keen whiskey drinker. I I mainly drink whiskey um, before writing or thinking or posting on social media or playing video games or anything like that. I'm a keen whiskey drinker, um, and I think that esports is ready for a whiskey sponsorship. I think that that's that's where we're going. I think that a whiskey sponsorship is probably the way we're going. Um, and let me tell you, here's how whiskey can benefit esports. I'm going to tell you right off, straight now. Do not drink whiskey and play video games. If you drink a lot of whiskey, if you drink a good amount of whiskey, like a double, like a good, and if you're a fairly confident whiskey drinker, I would say get yourself a measure. Um, you're drinking doubles. You probably don't ignore this part of the glass. You're drinking doubles. You're drinking doubles, but you're probably going to be drinking doubles. You don't want to be playing video games after that because yeah, you don't want to be playing video games. You're gonna drag your teammates down. Probably not a good thing. Playing League of Legends, you're gonna yell at people. Don't play Dota. You're gonna be picking. You're picking weird champs. You're gonna be picking uh, Underlord and run down mid, and even though you support, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be doing that. That's a bad. That's a bad move. It's not a great move to make. Um. Anyway. Oh. That wasn't a smooth. That was not a smooth. Well, see, this is the other thing. Well, as esports gets into whiskey, um, we're going to be looking at what type of whiskey is best for esports. I think basically any esport. So first of all, I want to open this. This is a pitch from me to be the ambassador for a whiskey, an esports whiskey. Um, Now, what whiskey that is, that's something we're thinking about. We're thinking about what whiskey is good for esports. Now, mainly because of geographical considerations and the popularity of esports in the region, I would maybe suggest Japanese whiskey. We're not going to show the brand. We're not going to show the brand, but this is a Japanese whiskey. This is a Japanese blended whiskey, and this is what we're gonna. Hang on, give me a sec. Uh, oh, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. it's it's really smooth. It's a smooth whiskey. It's really mm, mm, I would say it's esports whiskey. It's a good whiskey for esports. Um, One of the reasons I would suggest that is because it has very international appeal. Um, Japanese whiskey is a luxury item at this point, and it you bringing in that premium audience with Japanese whiskey that's much more refined tastes, like esports gamers are. They're very refined in their taste. They like premium skins, premium experiences, and obviously when you are organizing that and experiencing that, you're going to want a premium taste, and that's why I think Japanese Japanese whiskey might be a good fit for esports. Any of them really. Habiki, Satori. There's a whole premium market that goes on in there. The single malt's brilliant. And I'd be a great spokesman, of course. I'm a big advocate. Um, Another one, of course, is English whiskies. And English whiskies are very good. But beyond English whiskies, obviously, I'm British. I'm not just English. I'm British. So Irish whiskey, Scotch, of course. I would never. Yeah, could you imagine discounting Scotch from being a whiskey sponsor? The Scottish gamer scene, the Scottish CS:GO scene is they're very good. They are a passionate scene, and if they could get sponsored by whiskey, I guess they would have a lot more of their grandfathers that would watch, maybe, and their dads, their dads, da, 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 me da. Your dad will watch a bit more. My dad will watch a bit more if there's a bit more whiskey. But yeah, no, Irish whiskey as well. Like Irish whiskey became a very popular drink in England in the mid 2000s, um, and late well, obviously from the 90s onwards. Um, Irish whiskey is very popular internationally. A lot of drinks that came out of it, but I don't think it's just whiskies from the UK and associated islands and Europe. Of course, there are some great European whiskies, not as good as the whiskies coming obviously from Ireland and Scotland and the Great British Isles, but I guess there's some European whiskies. They're probably pretty good. But basically, you right now you're looking at Japan and um, England. I don't know, like whatever. But then there is, of course, uh, the NA whiskies. We're gonna say NA. We're saying NA because of esports. Before esports, there was a division between North America that existed, um, that many may not understand anymore. That there used to be a place called Canada. Um, that is a division between North America and yeah. So there's the United States and there's North America. No, the United States and Canada. Sorry. This. But so one of the great things to come out of the USA is bourbon. Um, and obviously the big one to JD, some Jack Daniels. Everyone knows Jack. Everyone knows a bit of JD. It's yeah. Everyone knows a bit of um Mr. JD, and he's a good friend. But what they yeah, I know there's Jim Bean, there's a few of us around there. But what they tend to forget is our good friend to the north in the other NA, the forgotten NA, who is Canada. Canada, they have this thing called Canadian whiskey. Canadian whiskey. The interesting thing about this is that no one buys Canadian whiskey unless they're making Manhattans. It's actually this strange thing. There's this drink called a Manhattan. No one drinks Canadian whiskey. No one actually drinks it. It's pointless. It basically just tastes like it's somewhere in between a bourbon and a Scotch whiskey, but with so it's kind of like none of the fun and none of the refinement. So none of the fun of a bourbon and none of the refinement of a Scotch. So you got a like a Canadian whiskey here. It's really fun. Well, it's basically for pretending you drink Manhattans. So what a Manhattan is, it's a really bad tasting cocktail that involves Canadian whiskey that's only drunk in New York. And so if you want to drink a Manhattan, you buy Crown Royal, which is the only Canadian whiskey at all. There's no others, and it's mainly bought by D&D nerds. And the reason that D&D nerds buy it, it's so that they have ignore that sound. It's so that they have this bag which they use for their Dungeons and Dragons dice, and that's the main reason that Canadian whiskey is bought. But I think that has lots of crossover gamer appeal. I think obviously Dungeons and Dragons has become very mainstream, so and like drinking Manhattans is pretty much dead. No one drinks a Manhattan, but lots of people play Dungeons and Dragons, so I guess they're going to sell a lot of whiskey on the basis that it comes with a nice purple bag. Yeah, Crown Royale, everyone. Yeah. It's actually an older bottle. They don't always have. Waterloo, Ontario. Copying us again. Our great victories. Hello, Canada. No, but yeah, I would be remiss if I was to mention, not to mention, there are obviously whiskies that come from all the rest of the world. And yeah, I guess they exist. I won't worry about it though. I mean, I guess, I bet you Australia has some whiskies. I bet they're probably, yeah, New Zealand whiskies are probably better than Australian whiskies if they have them. Um, and then, being a staple of the colonial British culture, I bet you there's some South African whiskies. I bet they're fucking terrible. I bet there's whiskies all over that are probably very nice though. But yeah, no, I would say esports whiskey. It's gotta come. Esports whiskey. It's not for playing. Don't play. Don't play video games after drinking whiskey. Don't do that. They watch video games. It's like that kind of. Maybe this is a recommendation for um, parents of esports players who don't quite get it. Whiskey, that's the drink you need. Not. I bet some of you are on the 3 or 4 glasses of wine every night. Why did my son pick esports? Law. He had good grades. He could have done law. Um, and now he plays for Cloud9 and doesn't achieve at international events. Well, whiskey's there for you. Whiskey is there for you. I mean, yeah, it'll make it feel a lot better. It'll be a lot of fun. Um, you need probably an ice bucket as well. I'd go for an ice bucket. I mean, like if you're already a champagne drinker, which I know a lot of these NA um, orgs will have got a champagne bucket preemptively. The ice from that champagne bucket, get one of these. Where's my clacker? I had a clacker. I can't find my clacker. It's like an ice clacker. And you clack the ice. Yep. The sound ice makes when you clack it. Um, you'll have a bucket left over from the champagne that you couldn't open because you didn't win any international events. Any international events. You didn't win any international events. Um, and with that empty ice bucket, I would take the ice out and put in some whiskey. Put it in. And I don't know. My castle for esports whiskey drinker. No wait, esports whiskey spokesperson? Yeah, no, I'm yeah, do me the Ron Swanson thing where he kind of I guess he was kind of funny, but like because he drank whiskey, he got to be um, I think he knew some people in the show, and then he just played himself, and then he got to now Glenfiddich sponsors him or something. I don't fucking like me. Do that for me. Do that for me, but with I'll take any of them. I mean, this is the thing. Like I was saying with all the things, Japanese whiskey, like Habiki, I really like Habiki. Like your single malt, fucking amazing. Just do that for me. Just send me all of it. I'll take Jack Daniels. I'll take it. Like look, it's sweet. It's nice. You do a good single malt. I mean, it's cheap, dangerously cheap. I don't know why the fuck you sell it so cheap. It's just it's because it's not very good. But look, I'll even take Crown Royale. Mate, I would take a Crown Royale sponsorship. That'd be good. I, I will learn how to make a Manhattan. If you give me a Crown Royale sponsorship, I will learn how to make a Manhattan. What? How hard? Like soda water, maybe? Like, what the fuck could a Manhattan be? Like, it can't be. Um, like it's Canadian whiskey. I know it's Canadian whiskey, but like, who knows what the fuck else? Oh, it's not even just Canadian whiskey. They're saying any bourbon. So why does Canadian whiskey exist? Oh, and you have a move. Oh, so it's fucking vile, right? Oh yeah. Oh what? What? So it's a Rob Roy, but you use Canadian whiskey. What? Okay, man. No, no, no. I won't have a I won't have a Crown Royal sponsorship. Actually, just yeah, man. But anyone else who makes whiskey, I'd be pretty happy with that. And don't worry about this appearance. Like I shave and the headband probably has to stay on for a bit. But yeah, I'm a pretty good spokesperson. Yeah, yeah, I know e sports, but I know whiskey as well. I mean, this is one thing. This is a thing that it, passions over experience and knowledge is probably that is the esports with passion, 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 passion. Passion is probably the biggest thing in any interview. If you're passionate in an esports interview, you can get any job. Just look. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to continue. I'm going to. These were props, and now I'm drinking them. These were props, and now they're not so much. I hope that's not getting caught on cam. Ooh, delicate. I mean, I'm on the Jack. The Jack's just easy going. Like, I like the malt, the blends. They're all blends. I'm cheap. I can't afford this shit. Like fucking hell. You buy a single malt, it's 50 quid, and you drink like fucking 6 glasses, and then it's like half done. You just spent 60 quid drinking. Now, drink some JD. And this, I don't know, man. Esports whiskey. I don't know, man.